Hi, this is Beth. Welcome to Chill English Dose, a calm space where we learn English naturally through calm reflections and real life words. Sometimes, when people talk about peace, they picture a quiet morning, a cup of coffee, slow music, no one asking for anything, and everything in control. But if you've lived long enough, you know peace doesn't always look like that. Sometimes peace looks like you, standing in the middle of a storm and choosing not to fight everything that moves. That kind of peace, the one that asks you to stay calm when your heart is loud, requires courage. There's a myth about peace. We think it's supposed to feel comfortable, but real peace doesn't always feel good at first. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, painfully honest. It shows you what you can't control and what you must let go. And that's hard, right? Because we like control. We like knowing what comes next. We like the feeling that we can fix things quickly. But peace doesn't always come with certainty. It often arrives with surrender. I used to think peace was silence, like turning the world off for a while. But now I know peace is not an escape. It's staying present even when things feel uncertain. When you stop trying to win every argument, you realize how much energy you were wasting proving yourself. When you stop chasing validation, you find out how heavy it was to always need approval. And that quiet moment, that's where peace begins. You know what surrender means, right? It's when you stop fighting what you can't control and choose acceptance instead. Courage doesn't always roar. It doesn't always mean standing tall with a sword in hand. Sometimes courage whispers, and sometimes it just breathes. It's the moment you decide not to send that angry message. It's showing up to work even when you feel small. It's telling the truth softly even when your voice shakes. That's peace and motion, the kind that doesn't shout but shifts your whole energy. There's a word I really like, steady. It means balanced, calm, but sure. You can be steady and still be scared. You can be calm and still uncertain. Peace is not the opposite of chaos. It's your ability to remain steady inside chaos. A few months ago, I watched someone spill their drink at a cafe. Everyone turned to look. You know that feeling, that hot rush of embarrassment. But the man smiled. He quietly said, "It's okay, just coffee." Then he cleaned it up, slowly, peacefully. He didn't rush, didn't hide, and for some reason, that simple act stayed with me. Because that's courage too. Not the kind that fights, but the kind that stays kind when the situation could easily turn sour. Maybe that's what we forget. Peace isn't passive. It's a strong decision. The decision to stay kind, stay soft, stay grounded. Let's be honest, choosing peace can feel lonely sometimes. When you stop reacting to everything, you realize how many conversations you had just to fill silence. When you stop trying to fix everyone, you start hearing your own thoughts, and they can be loud, confusing, even painful. That's the part no one tells you. Peace asks you to meet yourself, and meeting yourself isn't always comfortable. You'll see your impatience, your fears, your regrets. But if you stay long enough in that silence, you'll also find something else: clarity. You know what clarity means, right? It's that moment of clear understanding after the storm. when your emotions stop shouting and start speaking. There's a phrase I love to remember: not everything needs your reaction. Calm logic is not cold logic. It doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you take a breath before you speak. You think before you decide. And you remind yourself that peace is power with awareness. When something irritates you, a comment, a person, a mistake, you can choose to react fast or respond slow. Reacting is automatic. It's when your emotions speak first. Responding is mindful. It's when awareness leads the way. The space between those two words, that small pause, that's where peace lives. Peace is not one big thing you achieve. It's something you practice every day. When you choose not to gossip, that's peace. When you forgive someone without telling the world, that's peace too. When you sleep early instead of overthinking, that's peace too. Every act of self-awareness is a small act of courage, because it takes strength to be soft in a world that rewards loudness. And you, by choosing calm logic, are already practicing that strength. Before we close, I want you to think about this. What does being brave look like in your daily life? Share it in the comments below, in your own English words. I'd love to read your version. And if this moment feels peaceful, stay here for a few more seconds. Let your breath soften. Let your thoughts slow down. You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to stay steady. Thanks for listening to Chill English Dose. Take what you need and leave the rest for tomorrow. If this moment felt peaceful to you, you can subscribe and join me again next week for another slow English story to think and feel with.